What's going on, guys? This video is of my 2017 archery harvest. This year I was able to pattern a buck that I call Big Brows, and I was fortunate enough to harvest him in mid-October. So the story begins now.
I'm on a property that I got permission to hunt on 2 years ago, and I didn't get to hunt it much last year because it's about 2 hours away from my college, but it's a really good property, and I know where I want to get a stand-up now that I got the shed on it last year. So, what I'm thinking is I want to get up in this tree. Nasty, crooked tree, but you got solid bedding area all around. I'm not going to be able to hunt this property a lot. I got to make the most of it when I can, and the most opportune time is going to be the rut. So this is primarily a rut setup. You can see that's going to be a lot of work. Let's get started. Alright, 3 hours later, finally got the stand up. It was probably one of the hardest stands I've ever had to put in, and right now it probably doesn't look like much has been done. When you take a look up here, right about up there is where my stand's at. When you get up there and you stand up to shoot, you can see all this bedding area real well. A lot of times when I hunt during the rut, I like to get around these cedars because I see so much movement in the morning with bucks cruising around the edges of these cedars in the bedding area. Should be a good stand. Now it's time to go check the camera and see what we got on this property.
So I went and checked my mineral sight camera, and not only did I see a few bucks that I had from the year prior, but I also had this new buck that was on there, and he was a big 10-point with big brow tines, and I immediately named him Big Brows. He had some tall G4s, and he immediately struck me as a hit lister. He looked mature, and he was a buck that I had not seen in the previous year at all. From March 2017, I found a matched set of 10-point sheds that also had really tall G4s. And I immediately thought, maybe this is the same buck as this big brow tine buck that I was just getting pictures of. But after I really compared the sheds to the camera pictures I had of this deer, I decided it was two different bucks. So after August hit, I decided to move my camera back into that open area where my stand was at to see, what might be hanging out back there. As archery season approached, I went and checked my camera, and what do you know, Big Brows was back there all the time. However, 90% of the time he was back there, he was nocturnal. So, no reason to make a move at this moment. But I decided to move that camera and also add a second camera there to get a better idea of what's moving through the area and at what times. I moved both cameras to pinch points that are around my stand. They're shown right here. And the red lines represent really thick gullies that these deer couldn't move through, so they were forced to go around the red lines. And it made a perfect pinch point for where I should put my cameras. It gave me a great idea of when and where these deer are moving from and where they're going to. And on Tuesday, October 17th, I got done with my lab early at college, so I had the opportunity to go check my cameras. And man, was I shocked when I saw that multiple shooters were moving through this bedding area at daylight times. And even more specifically, Big Brows had been there the previous 3 days between 5:30 and 8:30, moving through right by my stand. So Thursday came and I got up at 3 a.m. and made my hour-and-a-half trip. So as the sun started to rise up over them cedars, I looked up, and what do you know? Here comes a buck with big brow tines walking directly towards me. So what he does is he skirts right around at the front of my tree that I had cleared out, so I didn't get a shot at him, but then he came out on the other side and stopped at 30 yards broadside. And I smoked him. However, my camera was set up on the wrong setting, and the settings actually make it look a lot darker than what it was. This was legal shooting light. However, I didn't have time to adjust because he was already on pins and needles, and this was the buck I was after.
I cannot believe that just happened. Wow. It's about 7 o'clock right now. One of the bigger tents I had on camera this year just stepped out at 30 yards and we smoked him. Oh man. 10 point was by my stand every day between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. the past 3 days. I scheduled my classes so I could hunt on Thursdays, and it ended up paying off because I came this Thursday. We get here. I got here really early. I got in the stand about 6:20. A doe snorted on my way in. I was a little disappointed with that, but you know that happens because we got a big buck on the ground. That is awesome. Oh. It's one of the younger ones. He's an 8-point. He's at 20 yards right now. Yep. Alright guys, I just got out of my stand. My stand's right up here. There's my stand. My stand is right up in that tree. It's a lone wolf up in there. And I shot him right here at 30 yards. I'm gonna try to walk through and see if I can find some. I heard him crash. I'm really confident I heard him crash. There he is. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Baby. We are in for it. We got a big buck down. Oh, man. That is just... Look at him. That is so cool. I wish I had somebody right now with me to videotape me. I mean, I've been doing this DIY. That's all I do, but holy cow. I can't believe that worked. We set up cameras on 2 scrapes that were around my tree stand within 60 yards. And it was basically 2 funnel points that like they'd have to hit. And there was 3 shooters on this property, and 2 of them were moving through. He was one of them, and there was this other buck I called Twin Towers, and there was a 14 points. There was 3 shooters. They were all moving by my stand. This is Thursday. They moved by my stand between 7 and 9 o'clock, all 3 of them, on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I was like, I gotta get in there and hunt when I checked my cameras on Tuesday. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be the cameraman from now on. But I'm running low on battery, and I can say a lot of things happened this one. This is the first time I've capitalized on an opportunity of battering a buck. Last year we had an opportunity, and he ended up winding me, so I didn't get to capitalize on it. So I am super excited. I got a lot of work to do. I got a big test tomorrow that I get studying for, and he's an old deer. There's no doubt about it. We knew he was an old deer, so he's not gonna be a fun one to drag out of this field. Wow, I just feel like I've been talking too much this morning, but man, I tell you what, that's one of the reasons I love this sport, is it's just the challenge behind it. It's not about the rack size. I absolutely love the meat, but it's almost the challenge behind it.
So man, was I pumped. Yes, I wish the camera was on the right setting, but do-it-yourself filming is not an easy task. And when there's a mature buck in front of you on pins and needles, trying to not only draw back on that buck, but then adjust your camera to the right setting is just something that I couldn't do at the time. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please click the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on when new videos are uploaded. We got plenty of videos coming yet. We got videos of my late season harvest, Dad's late season harvest, rut action. Go check out our social media accounts, Extreme Element Outdoors on Instagram, Facebook. And please go check out our new website, www.extremeelementoutdoors.com. So please subscribe, go check out some social media accounts, and please go visit our website. You won't regret it, and you're not going to miss out on the next videos to come. And thanks for watching.